What is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. We have a bit of a different team today. We only have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers, but we have a beautiful slate we're going to be breaking down today. We have a little MLB action we're going to be diving into. We have a little NBA action with the big Knicks-Pacers Game 4 that comes to you live tonight at 8 p.m. JD, how are you today, brother?
Doing good, man. Coming off of, as far as the Thunder actually last night, I was kind of like all over them in every way possible. First half, full game, they're actually like team like total over. So it was nice to kind of hit everything there.
Love it.
Do have to say it's a little weird, man. It is literally colder here than it is where you are.
So weird.
And it is so weird, and I don't understand it. But yeah, if the sun could please come back out and actually warm up, that would be great.
I feel like you would enjoy that. I think so. For us, it's about 75 degrees in the New York City area, so I'm not complaining. It's absolutely beautiful out. Go over to the comments. What's up, Joseph? Stetsy Boy is here. We appreciate you tuning in as always, brother. Well, JD, I think it's about that time. We dive into our recap, go over what happened over yesterday's slate. I know we kind of talked about it for a minute there, but we're going to get into our Tuesday recap, which recaps the Monday slate. JD, how did you do yesterday?
It was an overall down day. The Cardinals, I like.
So frustrating. So frustrating.
What that was. Charlie Morton gets, that's the first time in 13 games that they've won a game that actually he has pitched in.
Yep.
They only put up 2 runs. That was crazy to me. I had the Giants in the first 5. That one did not come through, but you had the Tigers, so that was a nice call there.
I was happy with that one for sure.
I did have the Marlins on. I did have the Marlins actually first 5. That was a play I know a lot of people did not like, but that was a play that I really liked. So it was nice to see that one come through.
Love to see those hits. So for me, about an even day, like you said, the Tigers won for me. That was a big one. Unfortunate that we did lose that or to the Orioles game, the Cardinals. I thought the Cardinals were a great play yesterday, but Fetty really didn't pitch a good game. He gave up 5 pretty quickly in that one. It was 5-0, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th inning, so weren't able to crawl out of that hole. And as you said, old man Chuck, Charlie Morton, he showed up, he delivered, first time all year, so good for him. But I'll tell you what, next start is going to be a great price fading Charlie Morton. So, JD, I have a feeling in the next one we will be talking about that game 100%. But, brother, you ready to dive into a little MLB, start getting this thing rolling today?
Let's go ahead and do it, man.
Let's do it, bro. First game we're breaking down today. We got the Dodgers, we got the Guardians, and we have a pretty good pitching matchup here because they're not great pitchers. Pitching for the Dodgers is Dustin May. May's 2-4 on the year with a 4.09 ERA in 50 innings of work. He's allowed 45 hits, 18 walks, and 6 homers. He's also put up 49 strikeouts, which is pretty good in 50 innings, about 1 an inning. On the other side, we have Tanner Bybee. Bybee's coming in 4-4 on the year with a 3.57 ERA. In 58 innings of work, he's allowed 52 hits, 18 walks, and 11 homers. JD, interesting game here. We know what the Dodgers are on the road. They're not a great road baseball team. They're 14-13 on the road. At home, they're dominant, but they're on the road in this spot, taking on a Cleveland team that is better in this spot as well. The Guardians are 14-9 at home this year. They've been playing some good baseball. Pretty even line here. -125 for the Dodgers, +105 for Cleveland. What do you got?
Yeah, as far as actually Dustin May goes, so far this season, I've kind of tried to bet actually like against him because, he just hasn't been in the form that we're kind of used to seeing him in. I will have to say, though, his actually past versus the actual Angels, he actually still gave up 4 runs, but that was when the Angels were just kind of scoring on actually everybody. But actually, besides that, he hasn't really pitched that actually bad. He actually held the Diamondbacks down twice, and then before that, I believe that's when he actually held the Braves down. So his like form is like starting to actually get there. But he is a guy that I've been like trying to fade. The Dodgers, or maybe not fade him directly on the other side, but actually play like overs with.
Yeah, for sure.
But with this one on the other side is Tanner Bybee, and I like him even less. If you just look at his numbers, I mean, they're like not that bad.
His home numbers are unreal. He's 1-1 on the year at home with a 1.45 ERA.
Yeah. And to me, he's not that guy. I mean, like I know the numbers say he is so far this season, but I really don't think that he is. As far as yesterday, the Dodgers bats did get going some. I believe on the Guardians yesterday, I believe they scored 7. Tonight they have a pitching matchup here where they should be able to actually hit. As far as the bullpen, the Dodgers have the bullpen edge. Then as far as the lineup, clearly the Dodgers have the edge there.
No competition between the lineups.
Yeah. So to me, this is one of those where this is going to be the first time this whole season where I'm going to back Dustin May. I actually do think he is the better option here. And then, like I said, the Dodgers have the edge literally everywhere else. So overall, because Dustin May, like I said, hasn't been, that great this season, I actually think we're actually getting a great buy low spot here.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I do think the Dodgers are the right side if I were to take a side. But JD, you touched on the over, and that's exactly what I'm playing in this game. It scares me with Dustin May. You take a look at his home numbers. He's 0-3 on the year with a 5.5 ERA. His numbers are elevated when he has been on the road, and that's the exact spot that we have him in here today. Like we said, though, Tanner Bybee's done a fantastic job in this spot at home. He has a 1.45 ERA. A sub 1.5 ERA at home is absolutely phenomenal. But he has not faced a lineup like this Dodgers team. The Dodgers bats have been getting rolling, and I do think we will see a big performance out of them. So, JD, I do like your play on the Dodgers on the money line, but my official play on this game is going to be the over 9. It's definitely going to be on my VIP card today. Let's go over to the comments, JD. We have Bill Norman here asking if there's an NBA game today. Bill, my Knicks are coming to spank that Pacer ass. So we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. So you just hold tight. Footy Chancellor is here as well, asking for the tennis picks. Well, that ain't for me, JD. That's a comment for you. So Footy's going to have to get up with JD to get the tennis locks. But JD, let's keep it moving right along, brother, to the second game we're going to be breaking down today, which is going to be the San Francisco Giants taking on the Detroit Tigers. This is a game, I got to say, I was pretty happy. I read right yesterday. The Tigers had a big performance. Somehow, Kiter Montero went out there and threw a one-hitter, which nobody expected, even myself, so I'm not going to claim that I expected that, but it was a good performance by Kiter and the Tigers. Over to today's game. We do have Logan Webb, the ace of this San Francisco Giants team. He's 5-4 in the year with a 2.67 ERA. On the other side, for the Tigers, we have Jack Flaherty, who's a guy who I thought would have had a better start to his year. He's 2-6 on the year with a 4.4 ERA. JD, with that being said, do the Giants get this one, get back in the series, or do the Tigers steal one at some good value on the plus money side?
Man, yesterday we were on opposite sides here. Man, I got a feeling that we're going to be on opposite sides again here, man.
Well, I know you know what I'm on because one of my best bets is on this game, so you already know. You could let that out.
Yep. We are going to be on the opposite sides here, man. As far as the Giants, we have actually Logan Webb going for him. I mean, this season actually overall, he has been great. He has a 2.67 ERA, has a 1.2 WHIP. He's coming off a game against the Royals where he gave up 10 hits. That's a lot of hits.
Yeah.
But he only actually gave up 3 runs. So he was able to definitely get out of jams there. But for me, this is kind of like a bounce back start. Like actually, even though he didn't give up a lot of runs, he still, like I said, he still didn't pitch well. He still gave up a lot of hits. So to me, this really feels like a bounce back start. And then for Jack Flaherty, man, I just can't get behind him. When you look at some of his numbers, like they're not, I mean, as far as his wins and losses, those are like bad. Like the Tigers just don't seem to win actually his actual starts. But I mean, like,
you're not wrong.
But I mean, like, he has a WHIP of 1.18, which I'm shocked. Like, from just kind of watching him pitch and like the runs that he gives up, I was kind of shocked that his WHIP over this many starts is actually that low. I mean, because that's not bad.
No.
But still, when he gives up hits, and he gives up hard contact. He's just not a Tigers. He's just not a Tigers pitcher that I am looking to actually back currently. For me, this is a Giants spot. I'm going to be on the money line here. It is tough because the Tigers are actually home. I mean, they're just a great home team.
Phenomenal home team.
It is definitely tough, but I think that's why we're actually getting this price here. So actually, like ultimately on the Giants here, I think this is a cheap price.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And 1 second, JD, my headphones just conked out. Give me 1 second, everybody. I don't know if you can still hear me right now. You might.
You're good. As far as footy, I think that's a trap, man. I would actually go on the other side there, just to throw out that one.
Back. I saw that comment by Footy as well. If they weren't facing Taj Bradley, I would say it is a trap. Joe Ryan's a guy I've loved to fade for a couple years now. Everyone thinks he's one of the best pitchers in baseball because of what he did in the COVID season. He's not that good of a pitcher. He's somebody you get a lot of value fading him. But today I will be taking Joe Ryan and the Twins because Bradley and the Rays are an even bigger fade than what they've been, and I do think the Twins will have a big spot. What do you think, JD?
Well, the thing with them is like I'm actually not going to be on them. I'm actually not going to bet this game because of Taj Bradley. I cannot back him. Like
he's so bad.
He's one of those pitchers last year I faded with actually first 5 team total overs so much.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been pitching as bad this year, but he's still not good by any means. But really, man, the Rays bats are like just hot. I mean, like they're like scoring a bunch of runs and just winning games. I think they've won like 6 in a row now.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, for me that way, like I said, I mean, actually, the team's just hot. So
yeah.
I mean, like there's the only way I would personally play it, but I am going to stay away there.
I respect that. And back over to this game that we're talking about, Giants-Tigers. Guys, I am going to be on the Tigers. I am going to be backing Jack Flaherty and the Tigers at home. Like we said, they're 19-8 at home. You're getting them at plus money, which I think some good value there. Then you take a look at the ESPN BPI, which, we don't like to go off that solely, but I do like to look at what they're thinking. They have the Tigers as a 52% favorite, not a big favorite, but when you compare that to the value of getting them on the plus money, I do think there is value there. Like I said, Tigers 19-8 at home, one of the best home teams in baseball, 35-20 on the year too. This team has been good on the road as well, so I do think they'll continue that, and they are able to beat this Giants team. JD, I said it all year last year as well. I'm not a big fan of the Giants roster, and I do think they will fall back in the pack a little bit. They're a 500 road team, so they're a team I've been fading. I'll probably continue to fade, and let's see a big win from the Tigers tonight. Apologies, JD. I know we're on different sides, but I'm hoping I get the best of you on this one. Let's keep it moving, brother, to the next baseball game we're breaking down today. It's going to be the final game of the day, unless you guys want us to break anything else. If you guys have any questions, we have time today. As you know, we don't have Blabbermouth here today. Our boy, Hefe Picks, is not here, so we have a little more time to go through whatever you guys want. So if you have any questions on any games, please drop them in the comments. We are here for you. But, JD, let's go back over to this Braves-Phillies game, and we have a fantastic pitching matchup here. At least it's a fantastic pitching matchup if you took these two pitchers' stats from last season. We have the Braves, we have the Phillies. Braves are coming in 25-27 on the year. They are 9-18 on the road. They've been abysmal on the road. They're taking on a Phillies team that's 34-19, and they're 17-8 at home, so they've been very good at home. Pitching matchup, Spencer Strider, one of the best pitchers in baseball over the last couple of years. Has not been that guy so far this season. He is 0-2 on the year with a 5.8 ERA, a 1.4 whip. He's only pitched in 9 innings, but in those 9 innings, he's allowed 11 hits, 2 walks, and 2 homers. He has put up 8 strikeouts in 9 innings, so those numbers are good there. Ranger Suarez, on the other side, is undefeated on the year. He's 3-0 with a 3.7 ERA. In 24 innings of work, he's allowed 22 hits, 7 walks, and only 1 homer. He's also put up 23 strikeouts. So both these pitchers are averaging just about 1 strikeout per game. JD, to me, this is the game of the night. Very close line here. We got your Braves in this one. What do you got?
Man, I want to back Spencer here so bad.
Of course you do.
Because, I mean, this line, man, if actually, like, he was in, mid-season form, this would be a ridiculous line.
Oh, yeah.
But the line is like this because he's not. This is only going to be his second start back. And, that first one didn't really go that well. I believe he gave up 4 earned. Yeah, he actually gave up 4 earned in actually 4 innings pitched. He only actually struck out 3. Man, I wish I would have looked this up before. I believe as far as his slider goes, like that's his like slider is so nasty.
Yep.
But it was not breaking the way it normally does. And actually that's why as far as the Ks, that's why like I think he only struck out 3, which for him is extremely low.
Very low.
So some of his pitches just weren't there yet. So that's why I can't back him here. But I will say that between starts, he actually has had a full week of rest. It's actually not just 5 days; it is a full week. And actually, he's been out there and actually working on stuff.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So part of that's why part of me wants to still back the Braves here, because like I said, this is such a good price. If he comes out and is anywhere near his like regular self, but I just can't put my money on it yet, just because we haven't seen it.
Yep.
And I need to see it one more time. But yeah, as far as some of his pitches goes, that's something I'm like definitely going to be watching that. As far as his slider, like actually like especially that, just to see if it's back.
Yeah.
Because that's something that he obviously needs. So yeah, man, that's where. So to me, I hate to say it, but it actually would be a Phillies play.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
I will say though, as far as in the past, as far as actually Strider has actually held this actually team down, I think Harper has probably batted the best actually like against him, and I think he. Let me pull it up here.
Yeah, the official lineup isn't out yet, so I don't have the numbers on that yet.
Yeah, Harper hasn't actually batted that well against him. He's only batting 188.
And not great.
I mean, yeah, Schwarber's batting 190. I mean, yeah, he has really held this actually lineup down, and the sample size is not that small. I mean, the sample size is actually pretty good. So this is a lineup that he should do well against. So to me, it's going to be a watch and see. But yeah, if you made me make a play, I would have to take the Phillies.
Yeah, unfortunately, JD, I know you're our resident Braves guy, but the line, the pitching matchup, Strider not being in full season form yet, is everything pointing to the home team in the Phillies that are 17-8 at home. Well, the Braves are 9-18 on the road, and yet again, if this was normal Spencer Strider, I agree with JD. This would be a Braves play, especially at this price. It would be an unbelievable play. But we haven't seen it yet. We have to see him hit mid-season form. And until we do, I can't take him, and I can't take the Braves in this spot. Phillies in a -115. Seems like it's the only play you could make on this game, and it's exactly what I will be on for my VIP card today. Give me the Phillies. Give me him on the money line. -115. Definitely my favorite play on this game. Well, JD, I think you know what time it is, brother. It's about that time we get in to the meat and the potatoes, the game of the night, the game everyone wants to talk about, which is the New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. We all know what happened in Game 3. Knicks were getting blown out in Indiana. They were down by 20 in the first half. Battled their way back, and Karl Anthony Towns took over the game in the fourth quarter and propelled the Knicks to their first win in the series, getting the series back to 2-1 in favor of Indy. JD, neither team has won a game at home in this series so far. The road team is 3-0. Is that going to continue tonight? What do you like on the game, and are there any props you want to dive into as well?
Yeah, this is something we've actually been talking about as far as both of these teams have been playing better on the road. And that's actually not just this, series here. There's this just actually as far as the playoffs go. I will say, Pacers last game, they did not shoot well. They did not shoot well at all. I believe throughout the whole game, they only made 5 threes. That's extremely low. I actually was on the full game over there. Pace was there. The shots for each team, though, just ultimately just were not going. They did not shoot well. Because of that, this actual total has actually come down some now. We're getting a 220. I see 221 in actually some spots now. But I'm going to take the over here, man. I'm going to go right back to it. I think the Pacers come out strong here, just because, like I said, they did ultimately play very, very actually poorly. I was looking at the Pacers' first half team total over, but if you know the Pacers, we've been on their actually team total over, I swear, almost every game, and it has hit for us almost every game. But they scare you every game because they have one quarter where they will literally only put up 15 points. But actually the other 3 quarters they just go off. So that's the one thing that kept me off of the first half. Team total, because I was afraid, in and actually that second quarter may actually be.
Here's a question for you about that. Does the injury to Neesmith give you a little hesitation as well with anything on the Pacers team total side? Because he is a true game time decision, and it's not a good sign. He did come back in the game after rolling his ankle in game 3, but that ankle ballooned after the game. I saw pictures of it. It looks terrible. I don't know if he's going to be able to get on the court tonight, and I do think that's going to be a big loss. If they didn't have Neesmith in game 1, the Knicks would have won that game by probably close to 10 points. He went off in that fourth quarter. He couldn't miss a shot. So are you taking into account anything with the news about Neesmith?
I was about to say, I mean, like, I obviously want him on the court. But as far as with this total, no, that actually does not scare me off of it, though.
I respect that. I respect that.
But I actually mean, yeah, like, definitely want him in there. But
yeah.
But for me, yeah, to get back to what I was saying, yeah, as far as that Knicks first half team total, that's why I'm staying off of that.
I don't blame you.
But I am expecting more from the Pacers tonight. Also expecting, I mean, like, the pace was actually there last game. I am expecting the Pacers to even try to push it even more, actually, this game, though. There's what I think their game plan is going to be. And as far as the Pacers defense, they don't scare me whatsoever. I also think the Knicks are also going to be able to put up points here.
Yeah, so do I.
You know, as far as the side, I think the side's extremely tough. I'm going to say what I've said every single game. I think this is about as even as you can get. The only edge to the Pacers that I see is just because they, blew that 20-point, actually lead, and just didn't play well. So, that would be the only, kind of little edge that I see. But as far as on the number on the side, I don't see an edge, whatsoever there.
I think the road teams are going to continue to perform well in the series. I think the Knicks, for some reason, play more free when they're on the road. And Tom Thibodeau did a fantastic job with adjustments over the last game. We saw guys like Landry Shamet get in the game, who we haven't seen all series. We saw guys like Delon Wright get in the game, who we haven't seen all series. And I do think we will see a much bigger performance out of the Knicks, especially if Tom Thibodeau can keep pressing the right buttons, modifying the lineup the correct way, and having the guys ready for in the spots they need to be ready in. Karl Anthony Towns in that fourth quarter was unbelievable. There's no other way to put it. Karl Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter was unbelievable in game 3. Why do you think that happened? Because he rested more than he has. He didn't have to play as many big-time minutes early in the game. We saw more from Mitchell Robinson. We saw different lineups in there that adjusted to what the Pacers are doing to the Knicks. The Knicks have learned they can't run and gun with the Pacers. They can't play that style where you're all transition, all speed. You will not win if you play their game. They have to play the Knicks style of game, and I think Tom Thibodeau did a great job adjusting in the last game, getting the Knicks prepared to win. So I do think the Knicks are in a better spot tonight. I'm feeling pretty confident about them. I will be taking them on the money line. You guys know I have not taken them in this series. I don't play this series very often, but I do think the Knicks at a plus 115 definitely has some value. So I am going to be taking that. JD, I want to talk a little bit about props because there's a couple props I absolutely love in this game. First one, Karl Anthony Towns. I'm looking at his combo points and rebounds, and you can get his points rebounds over at 33.5. 22 points and 12 rebounds sounds very doable for a guy that is going to be relied on heavily in this game. What do you think about that play?
I like his rebounds. For some reason, I can't really give you any stats why, but tonight I don't like his points. Like I said, I have no stats to back that up or anything. But I for some reason tonight, I just don't feel like it's that cat game. Tonight, I actually feel like it's a Brunson game. I think Brunson goes off, and actually that's my favorite prop is actually Brunson over points. I believe it's at 29.5.
Let's take a look here. Let's pull it up.
There's my favorite one.
29.5.
Okay, yeah. There's my favorite one because I just don't see the Knicks winning this game unless Brunson gets over that.
Yeah.
But as far as the cat rebounds, I definitely really like that. So, I'm kind of on the same page. Just, I don't know. The points part just kind of scares me off.
Any props you like on the Indy side? Because, we do expect Neesmith to either be banged up or not play here, which will, free up a couple of the other guys to maybe have some bigger performances from the 3-point line. Any of those kind of props you're targeting? Because I'm seeing an Andrew Nembhard plus 150 to hit 2 threes over 1.5. I think that has an absolute ton of value. He's a phenomenal shooter. We're also seeing Pascal Siakam to hit 2 or more threes at plus 175. And he's a guy who was killing it last game from the 3-point arc.
either
of those you like for this game?
I definitely like the Nimhard one more. Let me pull it up because honestly, as far as Pacers props, I actually didn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually focused on those two props that we just talked about.
Yeah.
Where's that Nimhard threes prop? I mean, I like
FanDuel 2+ under 2+.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I definitely like that price there.
Yeah, I think it's a good price as well. I'm trying to look at see, it's funny. They have his over 1.5 threes at +140, but if you take him to hit 2+ threes, it's like +150. That makes no fucking sense. They need to fix that because it's the same bet. But I'm going to take it at the better value for the extra 10 cents, 100%. What else do we want to look at? Somebody put in the comments. I'm not currently on FanDuel, so I can't see the stream at the moment. Somebody put Bridges threes in there. So let me pull up what we have for Bridges on this three. Oh, I love it. It's at 1.5 juiced on the under. Bridges is a guy who's going to need to hit his open shot. So I absolutely love that Bridges prop. What do you like about it? Do you like that one, JD?
Yeah. What did he do last game?
Let's pull it up.
I just don't feel like he's been playing as well on the road. Or am I just making that up?
You might be making it up. Bridges had 15 points. He was 1 of 6 from 3, but if he puts up 6 attempts tonight, I guarantee you he hits 2. I would say the alpha guarantee that if he puts up 6 3-pointers in this, he's going to hit 2.
Yeah, as far as that volume, if that volume stays there, then actually he should hit 2.
100%. And I think it should stay there. I mean, the Knicks had a lot of different lineups. Like I said earlier, we did see Landry Shamet come in there, played 11 big minutes for the Knicks. He hit a 3. We saw Delon Wright come in there, play 13 minutes, which are big minutes. We had Deuce McBride, who's been in there, but he had another big game, 15 minutes. He had 9 points, 1 of 4 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and he added a steal. So I do think Bridges is going to have to be a big player, especially as this series goes on. I do love that Bridges prop. I'm going to add that probably to my card. So my 2 favorite props on this game are going to be the Karl Anthony Towns over 33.5 points and rebounds. Then I'm going to add in that Bridges prop at over 1.5 at -108. I think that has a ton of value. I may add the Nemhard prop. I think there's really good value at the +150. It is my 3rd favorite out of the group, though. It's my 3rd out of those.
I actually am going to add that one.
The Nemhard one?
I'm going to add the Nemhard one, and then then I'm going to play that like Brunson over prop.
What did Nemhard do last game? Let's see.
I know
here.
That's
for 3 from 3, 9 points in the game in 38 minutes. He was 2 of 9 from the field, but I think that's an outlier game for a guy like Nemhard. I mean, we saw a similar performance from Neesmith, who was such a big player in New York. He was 2 of 8 for only 8 points in the game, so I wouldn't take too much into that. I think there will be bounce backs from multiple.
I was about to say, and that's the whole thing, and that's part of my handicap as far as the entire total goes. Is that was just an outlier game.
Yeah,
I mean, just like we talked about, the Pacers as a team only actually made 5 threes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't see that being a normal thing. So
100%. That's not going to happen again.
Yeah.
All right, well, JD, I think that's going to do it for our breakdowns today. We went over a bunch of MLB. We did the Knicks-Pacers game. We're right about a half hour at the show mark, which is crazy how well that timed up. That was not intentional. We have just about 1,000 people still rocking with us. We appreciate every single one of you who's tuning in today on Knicks game day and big MLB game day. But JD, like I said, it's about time we dive into the best bets. So let's get the graphic rolling. Let's get everything flowing. What do you got? What are your best bets for today, Tuesday, May 27th?
My best bet, I had one, but I'm actually going to give out 2 here. First one is going to be the Giants. I know that's going to directly go against you, but give me the Giants. Give me the money line there. But then also add this. Let's go ahead and add that Knicks and Pacers game over 220.5.
Love it. Love it. I think we're going to see a lot of points there. I'm going to go over my best bets next. Do we have a graphic today, JD? I don't think we do, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Because I think I see Hefe's name on it. So let me put the graphic.
Name still is on there, but
Okay.
I just added something to it.
Okay. Go Knicks. Love it. Couldn't see that through when it was the mini version. Absolutely love it. As you can see, me and JD are on exact opposite best bets. So you know what? One of us is going to win on this show. Best bets is going 1-1 for this show today, and I can absolutely guarantee you that. But JD, I'm also going to add in the Karl Anthony Towns over 33.5 points and rebounds. I think that's a good play as well. And then I'm also going to add in that Bridges prop. So I know it only says 1 in there, but there are 3 total best bets from me. That way we can definitely guarantee we get a winning best bets card from Friday best bets. That's now Tuesday best bets. Yeah. We'll get that fixed one day. No big deal. JD, it's been a phenomenal show, brother. Knicks game day. Yes. Lock in. Get ready, bro. And what are we going to do tonight?
Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, brother. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. And I believe we may have the Hefe back with us as well tomorrow. So we'll see you guys.
So.
Same time, same place. Let's fucking win. Everyone, let's cash, as I said. Peace.